This person is asking a very important question. So if they deport those people, Social Security would really be hurting, correct? Geez. Yes. If the mass deportations were to go into effect, the economic impact would not just be to the cost of goods. It would also be to what Social Security pulls in every year. Devastating cost to America of mass deportation. Key findings in this report. About 11 million undocumented immigrants lived in the United States as of 2022, 3.3% of the country's overall population. An additional 2.3 million removable immigrants were released in the United States between Jan 23 and April 24 and would also be targeted in any mass deportation operation. A one-time operation to deport these immigrants would cost at least $315 billion. Broken down as follows. The government would have to spend $89.3 billion to conduct sufficient arrests. The government would have to spend $167.8 billion to detain immigrants en masse. The government would have to spend $34.1 billion on legal processing. And the government would have to spend $24.1 billion on removals. Deporting 1 million immigrants per year would incur an annual cost of $88 billion, with the majority of that cost going towards building detention camps. Now, here's where we get to the part where you're talking about. The U.S. would lose out on key contributions undocumented households make to social safety net programs annually, including $22.6 billion to Social Security and $5.7 billion to Medicare. As the U.S. population ages, the loss of these payments would make it increasingly challenging to keep social safety net programs solvent. Mass deportation would deprive federal, state, and local governments of billions in local tax contributions from undocumented households. In 2022 alone, undocumented immigrant households paid $46.8 billion in federal taxes and $29.3 billion in state and local taxes. After taxes, they were left with $256.8 billion in spending power. This is what we would lose as a result of mass deportation. You would be removing $22.6 billion annually from Social Security. These are funds that these folks pay into through taxable paychecks, but never get the benefit of. They don't ever get to cash in on their Social Security or their Medicare. This number here is $22.6 billion annually and $5.7 billion to Medicare annually. This is the reason why neither side, Republican nor Democrat, has stopped this shit. This is free money to the government. These are folks that are working their asses off in some of the most undesirable jobs in the United States of America and contributing this much to our social safety net programs. You throw all of the undocumented immigrants in this country out en masse, that's what you're pulling out of the Social Security fund annually, the Social Security fund is losing as far as contributions annually, and what you're losing annually in contributions to Social Security. And you're losing $256.8 billion annually in spending power. You're losing $45.8 billion in federal taxes, and you're losing $29.3 billion in state and local taxes, on top of spending the $315 billion it's going to take to actually do this. Economically speaking, the idea of mass deportations is one of the dumbest ideas any president has ever had. But Tom, Obama deported a shit ton of immigrants. He deported a shit ton of criminal immigrants, and he let a shit ton stay. Because he knew the difference between criminals and people that are just here for a better life. People that are here actually contributing to our society. Not the guy coming in the door now. He doesn't give a fuck. They're brown, he wants them gone. Doesn't matter what it does to our economy. Doesn't matter that it's going to crater our economy and cause Social Security to seize up much, much, much quicker. He either is too stupid to understand it or doesn't fucking care. The same goes with his supporters.